Hey guys. I was waiting to see if it was live or not. Hey guys, it's Cocoa Brown Curls XO. Just checking in. I'm realizing it's definitely Wednesday. It is definitely Wednesday. This is what I've been doing weekly. For those of you who don't know, I decided probably about 3 weeks ago or a month ago, I was going to do 10 minutes with tabs every Tuesday, where I basically just come on Instagram, because you know what I always used to say, if I'm going to go live, I'm going to go live on the weekends. But I realized when I don't have a lot of events going on, kind of like during the slower times, I don't remember to pop in here and go live. So if I decide that I'm going to do a weekly live and I just kind of pick Tuesday as a random day, then it reminds me to still get in here and talk to you guys live. So it's nothing specific, kind of coming in. Hey Tammy, kind of coming in talking about whatever. And the reason I picked Tuesdays is, for those of you who know, I have the Let's Be Clear podcast that I do with Futuristic Blogger. Shout out to Dwayne, that I do with him on Wednesdays. So coming to you guys on Tuesdays gives me the opportunity to either address some of the topics we talked about in last week's podcast, or to get new, fresh ideas for the following week's podcast or the next day's podcast. Well, with today being Wednesday, my topics are already chosen, so I don't really need to come in here today to talk about topics or whatever the case may be. And I've got about an hour before we start recording our podcast, because we record on Wednesday night. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, is I'm wrapping up some of my notes and some of my research that I do, because I don't just jump in there and talk about random things, guys. Like, I need you to know I do my due diligence and I research beforehand so we can have some really good topics. So I just got the heads up of what Futuristic Blogger is going to be talking about on his portion of the podcast tonight. So you guys definitely want to stay tuned for that. I'll post the link. Typically we post a link on Thursdays for it, and I think this week it will get posted on Thursdays. So definitely look out for that, because I mean, my topics be juicy, but he has got a very trending, juicy topic that he wants to talk about tonight. So I'm excited for that. Other than that, just again, wanted to pop in here. You guys, ignore my hair. Ignore my hair. It's totally pulled back in my puff cuff, of course, because if you see my hair in a ponytail, it's in a puff cuff. Make sure you guys use discount code COCOA, COCOA, on the puffcuff.com for 15% off. But I wish I could have popped in here today, had I did this yesterday, so that you guys could see my new cut. So the Rezo Cut Academy was here in Atlanta, Georgia this weekend. I found out about it from another Puff Cuff ambassador. So you guys, check out my stories. I think I'm about to post some of it in my stories. But we were able to connect with Rezo Cut Academy at Southern Curl Atlanta, and we got some Rezo cuts. So first one I had ever had. It's a little different than what I'm used to and how I get my foundation cut done, but it gave me a lot of volume, and I really enjoyed the cut. I enjoyed the entire event, and I had my hair out up until late yesterday, or up until yesterday. So I really should have got in here and did this 10 minutes with tabs yesterday, so you guys could have saw my volume and how big my curls were. And but like I said, I think I'll put a couple of pictures in my Insta story so you guys can check that out. But again, my hair is up in a ponytail today because life. Life has been a little crazy for me this week. So for those of you who don't know, I am transitioning yet again, and hopefully for the last time, because I'm just trying to find that like perfect balance. I'm transitioning to a new position on Monday. I'm super, super excited about it. But I haven't had a break or a vacation, I want to say since the summer, maybe. I think since the summer. So I have decided to force the transition to give me like a couple of days off. I should have been off for the entire week, but I did go into the office Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday. See, again, I can't remember that today is Wednesday. Kelly told me you called her. Yes, I tried to get Kelly there because it's basically getting free haircuts. You know, these haircuts is not cheap, ladies. These haircuts, you know, anywhere from $150 and up for these cuts. So they needed additional hair models, and immediately I just thought of, when I was looking around the room at the different models that were already there and our different textures, I was realizing they were missing a Kelly. They needed a Kelly. Yeah, she missed it. They definitely needed a Kelly. Now, the issue was, in that moment, I'm reaching out, and it's like, you got to get here kind of like now. Your hair has to be washed, detangled, and no product. So it was like, what are the chances of me reaching out to her and her hair being washed, detangled, and no product? But I think it was like in that state. But she just couldn't make it down there in time. So sad. But the next time that opportunity arises, again, Kelly, if I look around the room and I don't see a Kelly, I'm going to make sure I reach out to her again. You said they needed a me. They did. They could have. Now that I think about it, they could have used the you. When I'm thinking about the different models that were around, they could have used the you. Okay. Sorry, Tammy. Sorry. I had to think about it. But yeah, ladies, them cuts are not cheap. So the fact that Rezo Cut Academy needed a group of hair models or whatever the case may be, and they were pulling them in for these demonstrations, it was a good time. It would have taken me 30 minutes. Right, Tammy? Yeah, next time I'm in that opportunity, I will definitely look around and be like, hey, can we use another pattern like this to be able to pull you into that situation? It was a cool experience. So yeah, I'm transitioning jobs. So I should have taken this entire week off, but I didn't, because the workhorse in me, I still went into the office on Monday and Tuesday, and I was off today, tomorrow, and I'm off Friday, but it's messed me up because I cannot remember that today is Wednesday again, which is why I missed 10 with tabs that's supposed to happen on Tuesdays yesterday, because in my mind, it was still Monday and it wasn't Tuesday. And in my mind, today is Tuesday and it's not Wednesday, which is why I am doing my last minute edits for our podcast in an hour. So life is a little crazy, but it's all good things like normal. So I'm really excited to start this new path, because I feel like, and I don't know if anybody else ever feels this way, but I really feel like this point in my life, I'm 33, I should be in the position that I plan to retire from. And I don't know if it's a mixture of the new year and just, a lot of times at the end of the year, we really start evaluating ourselves and evaluating our lives, and just a lot of self-reflection and analyzing. But I'm just feeling like at this point, I should be in the position that I am prepared to retire from. And on the other side of things, working hard at my business and my brand so that I can retire earlier than I originally planned or whatever, so I could focus on Cocoa Brown Curls XO. So I'm just excited. I'm excited for the new start. I'm excited for this company. They seem very promising, very amazing, very warm company. I have been reached out to by management and by HR so far, and it just sounds good. So that's what I've got going on outside of curls, because I know I don't get in here enough and kind of talk about my life, and I'm trying to work on that in the new year, to be more open, I guess, because I'm so open with my close friends and my family, like Tammy, that's on here watching right now. Tammy, I'm very open with those that I love. So I guess I don't think to get on Instagram and be more open and let you guys see a side of me outside of Cocoa Brown Curls XO. I let you see my kids in Cocoa Brown Curls XO, as far as their hair goes, but I don't really open up as much about my life. And if you guys are following me on my personal page, you see I travel a lot, but you don't really understand why. So that's part of my goal in the new year, is, I guess, just to open up more. So, and I don't even know how many people I've announced that to, other than like my husband and my good girlfriends, that I think I have found the position that I am going to retire from. And I'm pretty excited about it. And it doesn't hurt that the salary is the biggest salary I've ever gotten. So that's exciting. I know I love the babies, and they love you too, Tammy. They love you too. You should have saw a moment ago when it was time to get in the shower, and I'm like, okay, little people, who's getting in the shower first? And they immediately, of course, start pointing to each other, and they're like, Asen is, Ava is. So the new thing, well, it's not really new. We've been doing it for a while. It's just seeing the growth and the competitiveness in my daughter and Ava is the tiebreaker is, or kind of selects it for them is we'll throw out a math problem. So Tammy, I know you'll love that. We'll throw out a math problem. So tonight I was like 4 plus 3. So Asen immediately gets frantic because he's like, oh God, oh God. And Ava throws her fingers up and she's like, 7. And Asen immediately, your love, immediately he burst into tears. And he's like, that's not fair. But it just amazes me to see the growth in her because a year ago, she struggled with that. Even though she's always been better than him in math, being able to think that quickly on her feet, she would struggle with that. It would take her a minute. She would have to find little ways to get that answer. But to see her now where she can throw it on her fingers real quick and shout out the answer, because she's such a competitive little girl, it just really amazes me. And I'm just so proud of her. Like, she is flourishing when it comes to math. However, Asen is still killing it when it comes to reading and language arts. So I promised him that tomorrow the tiebreaker would be a spelling word. So when I said that to him, he stopped crying and Ava was like, that's not fair. So it's almost like her admitting like, but I know he can read and spell better than I can. So she already knows tomorrow she's going to lose and she's going to end up having to take a shower before he does. But I just love that. I'm just finding different ways as a parent to help them learn because I'm realizing that I don't have kids like me. I was a very by the book, I can open up the book, I can study like that, but they're visual learners. They like to play and learn. And for so long, I didn't know if I would be able to help them or connect with him. Tammy, you know that because I've reached out to you for the 12-year-old. So it's good to see that in myself that I was able to grow and not be so one-track mind, because that's how I kind of was with my oldest. Like, if I can't help him, I just find resources who can. Instead of being like, okay, Tab, mix it up. This is not the way you learn, but you're going to have to learn a different way to be able to help him. So it feels good to know that with the twins, I was able to be like, okay, they're not good at math, or he's not good at math. She's not as good as reading. They're not going to learn the way you've been trying to force them to learn. You have to switch it up. You have to grow in yourself to be able to help them. So the fact that I was able to do that with them and create this fun little game for them, that we can do throughout the day with various things when it comes to who gets to do what and how to take turns. Well, let's throw out a math problem to see who gets to win. So that's good. He needs flashcards, old school. Yeah, and I have flashcards. I don't know why they didn't work for him. The flashcards did not work for him. So we'll think of more ways. We'll think of more ways to help him, but he's still killing it with that reading. Still killing it with that. So, all right, guys. It's been 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes with tabs. Not on Tuesday, on Wednesday. I gotta hurry up and finish up these notes for this podcast. But again, guys, remember, it's the Let's Be Clear podcast. It's on SoundCloud, and we are actually working on ways to get it flashcards and a treat. You right about that. Some Doritos, some spicy nacho Doritos. The podcast right now is on SoundCloud, but we are actually looking into ways to get it on more platforms, Google Play, iTunes. I feel like I'm missing something. Spotify. Google Play, iTunes, and Spotify. So I love you too, Tammy. Thank you for watching. So we are working on getting it on various platforms. So as soon as we have that information, I will definitely let you guys know. And this was a very random 10 minutes with tabs, not on a Tuesday. But next week, it will be on a Tuesday, guys. Let me not make any promises. Next week, I'm going to try to have it on a Tuesday again. I just have so much going on. So maybe I'll just do one more this week since I didn't make it. Sorry, there's so many emails coming through. So many emails. I mean, that's not a bad thing because these are all about business. It's all about business. Good things. All good things. Yeah, so maybe I'll try to go live one more time this weekend because I want to let you guys know all of the good things that I'm learning as I'm working with Janelle. I always say the Janelle B. Stewart because I don't think she realizes sometimes who she is to me. So I want to let you guys know all the things that I'm learning from the Janelle B. Stewart. So maybe I'll go live again tomorrow since I don't have to work and a girl can sleep in. Because because I never get to sleep in. So maybe I'll go live again tomorrow so we can talk about that. All right. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.